Okay, got a Ford Explorer here, and 2002, and been having problems with it overheating, as intermittent overheating. Sometimes you go for a drive and it works fine. Other times you go for a drive and she'll boil. And the water bottle here kept on. When you're looking from the side, you could see the level. When it's overheating, the level would be up, and then so forth. That'll just keep on being up and down between whether she's overheating or not. And so going over this, we've changed the thermostat, we've changed the clutch fan, changed the radiator, we've flushed the system multiple times. We've gone through 3 thermostats, and I'm starting to think that it has to be the head, but that made no sense either, because there's no smell of gasoline in the reservoir. There's no sign of oil in the water. There's no sign of water in the oil. The car runs perfectly fine. Just keeps on having this intermittent overheating problem, and it was really starting to get me baffled to what it is. And I was told that these 2 lines here from a mechanic, these 2 lines here, you got 2 that go across into there, and that's for your heater inside. But these 2, where it divides at the T section there, the other 2 lines go down, and I followed them. They go down, and they go along the side of the car, all the way up to where the back wheel is there. And that's as far as I followed them. But as far as I'm told, they come up through this section here into the roof. Now, if it's in the roof, you got to think, all right, well, the engine's like, say, this level, so you got all this piping that goes up this high. When you flush the system, how do you get water bled back into the system of that height? It just doesn't make any sense. So I got to thinking, all right, well, we'll screw the heater, and we'll just bypass it altogether. So I've just put this hose on here. So it's feeding, it still feeds down through down to the oil filter down there, but bypasses the heaters altogether. And now, no more overheating. Now these hoses get really hot. So you know that the water is actually traveling. Before, you could still touch them, even when it's overheating, you could still touch these hoses, and you'd be like, you just don't understand, how come these hoses are cold and it's overheating? Well, not cold, you know, they're still hot, but I could leave my hand on them. They weren't over hot. Now they get so hot, you can't leave your hand there for too long, and you can feel the heat pulling out of the radiator. And no more overheating. So it's definitely got to do with the heaters. So today I'm going to run lines directly to the inside heater only. So that's over there. I can't see, the sun shining on the screen. Those 2 points there, I'm going to run the heaters directly from the engine to the front heaters only, and forget the rear heater. And so hopefully we have heaters in the car still at the front, and no more overheating problems. If it goes back to intermittent overheating, sometimes it doesn't, then I'll just go back to this and forget the heaters. But interesting problem, because it's really had me stuffed. I've had no water out of the exhaust or anything. There's no signs of a cracked head, no signs of a leaking head gasket, and yeah, just had that constant intermittent overheating. So that was my fix, bypassing the rear heaters and just going directly there. And so much change here, you could feel so much heat in these lines, so much heat coming out of the radiator. Yeah, so anyone else that has a Ford Explorer that's got intermittent overheating problems as well, and start to get suspicious like me, like that it could be a head, but there's no signs of a cracked head, it's probably air in the lines that to the rear heaters that I don't know how you bleed it out. I honestly don't. And the heaters apparently come up into here, where you can, the people on the back of the car can adjust their own, if they want air conditioning, if they want heating. So taking into account that there's lines in the roof, how in the hell would you get that air out? So this is what I've done for now, and everything seems to be working really nice. No more overheating. We've got I've got the 2 lines that's coming in over here. I've gone over the top to avoid the exhaust down the side there. Later on I'll put in some 90-degree angles and so forth and guide these pipes properly, and I'll have to put in a H valve so I can turn the heaters on and off, because the old H valve was cactus. So I've got it going into the line down here and over here. Everything is working perfect now, no more dramas. It's the air that was in that rear heater was my problem. So anybody else come across this, I couldn't find anything about this myself. This is just trial and error, and I wouldn't accept that I had a busted head or head gasket. It had to have been something else, and I thought there must have been air in the system, or maybe a mix of coolants in the system that's caused the foam somewhere, and I've been flushing it and so forth. End result was the water was coming out of here, going into the line here. It was trying to pump it through these through the heater vents, and whatever was going inside the car was causing the problem, because the return lines never got hot for the heater, and my radiator hoses only ever got hot, but not to the point where you couldn't touch it. Now when I start the car, you can feel the heat pulling out of the radiator. No more overheating. The reservoir, the levels don't change anymore. She's all good. Beautiful. Now I've got heaters again. Fantastic. Haven't had heaters in here for a long time. So that concludes this, guys. Thanks for watching.